formula with you guys for the next 20 minutes or so. Mr. Barry's session, we enjoyed that session. In fact, he needs to teach the GTEx holding team. We need to have a special class for just the GTEx holding team for you to go through that. Even me, I screenshot and I'm going to post on my page, that last page, right? Because it's a powerful thing to know. Why do people stop buying? Right? Why do they stop buying? And I realized that a lot of us who are into real estate, we are majoring on the minor instead of, and then minoring on the what? On the major, right? You think that why people are not buying is because the property is expensive. That's a lie, lie, lie. I don't sell cheap properties. I have allergy to any property that is what? Cheap. That is cheap. Yet people are patronizing me. Can we increase the volume a bit? Yet I sell. Okay? I don't know how to sell cheap properties. I don't like selling cheap properties. I am not cheap myself, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I'm not cheap. And it's about your values and how you see yourself and how you communicate yourself. I'm an expensive man. Many of you, the reason why you like to sell cheap properties is a psychological problem, and you need to be delivered today. And I'm hoping I'll deliver you. If I need to lay hands and lay legs, it's a psychological thing. You don't believe anybody will pay you 100 million for anything. That's the problem. You don't believe that you are worth somebody pay you $1 million. And that's the problem that you need to work on. Are we together now? And that's the reason why there's so much jealousy in our business. Because you don't believe you can build a $150 million project. The day somebody announces building, you say, you don't pass in bad. Yeah, you don't do waiting. They pass in what? And guess what? You cannot be a referee and be a player at the same time. Yes. And who wins medal after the match? Is it the referee? If you are busy playing, you can't have time to be a referee. To say, you see them, you see that guy, you see what I have against him. Focus on your job. Focus on your job. If I tell people, I say, if people are not talking about you, you are not doing something great. You should be angry. So some of you now, you always say, you see, they are talking about me. Am I the only one? You should be happy. It's a compliment. When people talk about you, it's a compliment. It means you are doing something worth talking about. Am I making sense at all? You are doing something what? What talking about? If you're not doing anything worth talking about, nobody cares. So you should be worried that nobody is even talking about you, that they are not complaining. That means you are not moving forward. You are not making new progress. So from today, I want us to place our hands on our chest and make this vow. I, Stephen AKINTAYO, hereby vow today to myself, I'm no longer cheap. I don't sell cheap things. I don't buy cheap things. I am expensive. I'm luxurious. And people who want to do business with me must be willing to pay good money for my good services. So help me God. Clap for yourself. Come on. Is this making sense at all? And I love, is it Isaac? Isaac is your name? I love what Isaac said, and it's very true. That a client called him and said, you know, my problem with you is that you are, today I will say, I shall, now you talk, not be me. Right? Today this company, tomorrow that company, I've been telling you people, I'm happy that he got that. Thank God he's somebody I don't even know. Thank God he heard it from himself. Because many of you, out of this so-called cheapness, and today, you can call today's topic deliverance from cheapness. Right? Out of the so-called cheapness mentality, say, okay, I'm saying this, hey, but somebody say he wants something cheaper. Instead of you to say, well, I understand your budget is low. I understand that you may not be able to afford us. Right? There are other companies. I look for one of my colleagues who work for them. then you and them. But whatever you see, that's your business. I sell for quality companies. They charge well, but they deliver well. Simple. People must know you for premium. Premium or nothing. Oh, right? Premium or nothing. Are we together now? But not that today, this one, tomorrow, this one, next tomorrow, this one. And at the end of the day, you are creating problem for us. I was on TVC 2-3 days ago, and I was saying it. I said, my colleagues who are into real estate, all these affordable housing they are saying, it's a lie. Only government can make a house affordable, and it's global. Affordable housing in the UK is government. You build it for the normal price, then government will come and pay you. We have something called HMO even in the UK, right? You will charge your normal price. Government will then what? Pay you, then make the houses cheap for others. Does this make sense at all? The same thing in the US. So you cannot on your own as a developer be affordable. When you say you are that way, then you have put yourself in a position to fail. Many of these developers are unknowing to them, but it's the reason why today they can't allocate, because guess what? They told everybody they have 100 plots. Let's even say they have 1,000 plot assumption, right? And then they say everybody can just deposit 100,000, and then they are landlord. And guess what? 5,000 people paid. The so-called 100,000, right? 2 years down the line, guess what will happen? 1,500 will have finished paying. Now, how do you only have what? 1,000 plots. So why do you take the 500 to? You see where the problems are now. Are we together now? Meanwhile, in that 3-4 years, there were new costs that came along that they never factor into. Somebody else can come and take them to court. Another member of the family can start war. And I'm being honest with you people. These are things we face as developers. And because you didn't even charge enough money to have a solid system that can defend the company, it becomes another hoax. So please, it's a mental issue. It's a mental issue. You can't sell if you don't believe you are worth something. You cannot make good money if you don't believe you are worth something. Right? That is the beginning. So how do you become confident? I call it confident salesperson. Okay, how do you become a confident salesperson? Number one, knowledge of the industry. Knowledge of the industry. So many of us are not knowledgeable about the industry we're in. We're all in the real estate sector, but we're not knowledgeable about the real estate sector. And I tell people the world is global now. So don't tell me, oh, I only know Nigeria. And I'm happy about the session is telling you. You can't say no. You can't say I don't know. These are wrong. And this is how many of us mess up our sales. Because before you start even making calls, you are supposed to understand how real estate works in the UK, in Canada, in US, and in Dubai, as well as in Nigeria. You will tell me why. Majority of those buying are Nigerians in diaspora. And guess who remembers the first question they asked? Your inflation and your dollar devaluation. Right? Even when you say the property will appreciate, it's not appreciating to the degree of the... Who has heard such question? Huh? Suddenly, you cannot market again because you don't even understand how US economy works, how Nigeria economy works. You don't even understand that even the real estate industry in America currently has what we call high interest rates, which is a way to counter what they are saying. Right? To say, yeah, but even if you're going to buy the property in America too, there's high interest rate as we speak. You are paying between 9% to 11% interest rate instead of the usual 4 to 5%. You see how you are starting to counter what they are saying. Some will also tell you, your property is expensive. in Nigeria. See how now they call money 150 million for 4-bedroom, 200 million for 5-bedroom. Where do you want me to get that money? What should be your answer? Simple thing. And it's because you don't know the industry. I hope some of you are on your phone. I don't like people touching their phone when I teach you. Eh? You're on your phone. Are you here or you are with your phone? Which one? Choose one. Me or your phone? Pick now. Me. Then drop the phone one side. You know, people touch, and somebody said this, and I was shocked. And it's true. That do you know we touch our phone more than our spouse? How many of you are married here? Eh? Those of you are married. Do you agree with me? Yes. And it's quite painful when I heard it. That's true. Let's people say you have married your phone. Eh? Let's just conduct the wedding ceremony. Because we touch our phones more than we touch our spouse. So focus on me, guys. So the person says a 5-bedroom, 200 million is too expensive. Now, the question is, do you know how much a 5-bedroom goes for in the US? Many of us don't know. You see where the problem is. Average 5-bedroom, average, again, it could be cheaper in some place. But let's say 400 million. I mean, $400,000. Now multiply that. How much is dollar now? Let's do conversion of 1 to black market, right? How much does that give us? No, now. Use your calculator, please, if you need to. Now you can touch your phone and return it back after you're done. After you're done. Eh? 480. Do you see now, ladies and gentlemen? Now, who said your 200 million 5-bedroom is expensive? Let them repeat it again. The only difference, which is why you must also know this fact, is that you do not need to drop this entire 400,000, right? Sometimes you are dropping 15% or 10% or 30%. That's the only difference. But the disadvantage of even this as well, indirectly, is also the fact that you're paying interest rate, which is now 9% to 11%. I are paying that every month, which is called AKA mortgage. And for many of them, for the first 10 years, you've not even paid for the house itself. You're only paying for the loan. Are we learning here? So you see how you become a confident salesperson, isn't it? Yeah. But because many of us don't research wide. You don't research the US market, the UK market, the Dubai market. What's the strength? What's the weakness? So that when I'm talking to my customer, I have data to present. I can speak with facts. So at the end of the day, they will just bamboozle you and you just say, we will now ask you, why didn't you close the client? The client said this, the client said that, and then the deal is lost. May you not lose such deals anymore. So knowledge of the what? Industry. Number 2, product knowledge. Knowledge of the specific product that you are selling. So industry knowledge. Number 2, product knowledge. So ask the developer to give you Q&A. One of the things I expect Mr. Agoge to have done by now with his team, and they can work with you people on that. FAQ for every estate. And there should be a portal. You can go to GTS and Associates /portal or /products. Yeah, it should be /product. Where is Joe? These are things you guys needed to have done long ago. And anytime I go there, it should be downloadable. Downloadable videos, downloadable brochures, downloadable flyers. I can go there and you're updating it every week. When there's a new promo, you update. So I can see each estate. When I click on the estate, I will see every content around the estate. So what's now your job here? Go study each of it. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Go and study each of the products. What's the name of this estate? Why this estate? What's the benefit? How do I market it? You must understand the products. And beyond that, you must understand what is coming to that area. One of the best advantage we got at all was coming to Bejuleki. At some point, we and Amen were the most expensive land sellers in the whole of Bejuleki. And I still realize we still so below what is passing in front of our. In fact, they took 5 acres of our land to do their coastal road. It has not made that land lead the value to go what? To shoot up. Are we together now?
Yeah.
But imagine how when you don't understand what was coming to that area, house, because we wanted to start building that in front is where coastal road will pass. So we had to pause, and then we're telling customers there's a beach not too far, there's a coastal road, there's Dangote refinery, there's seaport, there's this, there's that. So you must even understand what is coming to those areas. You are selling money here. Money here, money here, money here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 people that went to money here. What happened? 5. Why didn't you raise your hand now? Right? The rest of you didn't go to money. It was a fun trip, even though it was also a disastrous trip. The bus, I think, broke down on the road and all of those things. May God save us in Nigeria. You pay transport company plenty money, and then they will still be breaking down on the road. But the train part was smooth, isn't it?
Yes,
right? Beautiful train ride to Ibadan. But that money here, for example, train is part of the opportunity. Ring road that by Oyo State government want to do is another opportunity. So you have to study the product and understand the product very, very well. Does this make sense at all?
Yes,
Number 3, your packaging. Your own personal packaging is very important. People sell and how you sell it. How do you package yourself? How do you dress? How do you look what you sell? And I've shared this story many, many times ago. When I, remember I started with digital marketing. When I was into digital marketing, I had 10 minutes more, okay? So I'll stop on this last topic, but listen to me carefully because I will soon wrap up. I was selling real estate. And because I started from digital marketing, I did not know that packaging matters, even office, even where your office was. So my office used to be in Ogba when we were doing digital marketing, and nobody cares your location of office, how big your office was. It didn't matter, right? And for years, we will sell land. Before you know it, people will post on groups. It's like they are scammer. I'm like, scammer, bow. Right? I don't understand. But we took you to the land. But there were so many side talks. But I didn't know that they were looking at, I was driving 4Runner then. Then our office was in Ogba. It was on the 3rd floor. So people will come to the last floor. Everything just as if my brand online. And for me, I didn't think those things were important. But guys, it was important. We had one day, a guy was chatting me up. He was our client. Said we are scammers. We took his property. Kiniko, that he wants his money back. He was chatting me on phone. There is a US military that does. He will start using Air Force. So I told him, I block you right now. He said, I said, first of all this one you are talking, you can. He said, I said, you can even start your reporting to CIA, FBI, and Homeland. And you're also military. I got everybody. I said, because this is a civil transaction. I did not force my hand into your pocket. And by the way, when you now inform them and you're coming with them, here's our office. We are then moved to Omole then. So I then give him the office address. And I say, we resume so time. And I can be that bloody, you know me, I don't send you. We resume so time to so time. Come with your FBI, CIA, and who else? Homeland. Any other one? You know. You know. So, true story, the guy went enter plane and I blocked him. Enter plane, came to Nigeria. As he, thank God we had moved to Omole. As he entered the office, the first thing was saying, I didn't know if people are this big. Give me my receipts. Give me my receipts. Are we together now? Yes, sir. So apparently, it was maybe a picture of the old office. You know, see the way the office looks, see the way these people, you know. So it dawned on me from that time, I learned my lesson. So when we moved to Dubai and opened our office, we had our office in Sheikh Zayed, very big office. I knew it wasn't just about office. I decided to start living in Burj Khalifa. Got myself a driver and a Rolls Royce. Shout hallelujah. You know, so every morning, I intentionally will have my driver record me coming out of Burj Khalifa, you know, entering my car, and then they will show the top of Burj Khalifa. We drive, we move. And what happened was people were comfortable. People will wire over $1 million to buy property, and we have never met. So anytime people are scared, in fact, today is an insult for you to tell me you want to see a land before you pay. It's an insult. And I'll tell you to your face, is my name not bigger than what you want to pay? How much you want to pay? I tell you, say land, there's some you want to go see him. Right? Are we together now? How much do you want to pay? Is my name not bigger than that? So will I now mess my name over waiting? I say land, they pay. When you pay, it comes the day they will allocate. Ask all of them in GTS, my clients. In fact, they only come 2 years after, 3 years after, 5 years after. Ask them. And you see them do video. Many of the video you see we post, they are my client. Some 5 years later is when they will come. And to the glory of God, they will meet the thing and be proud. In fact, what gives them joy is that what they paid them versus what the value is now going for. It strengthens their faith and commitment in one's business. Does this make sense at all? You are not who you are, or fake it till you make it, but you can work on the way you look, good haircuts. You know, even where they say fairly used perfume now, I heard. Your fairly used clothes, iron it well. Am I making sense at all? Know the type of clothes that fits you. Let them carve the thing to your body. Right? Go to a tailor to slim fit your clothes to your body, to your size. When you come out, look $1 million. Am I making sense at all? This is native now, isn't it? This is not a designer. It's not expensive. But don't I look like somebody that has money? Yes, come on, talk to me. Yeah. Huh? Yes, am I making sense at all? It's plenty. I've never before. Are we together? So back to looking rich when you don't have money for designers. Is to come up with your own design. Absolutely. Right? Yeah. Am I making sense at all? It just solves that headache of designers. How many of you know Tiwa Bello? I'm able to see the way she dressed. Only one that dressed like that. Decided to come up with, and it just changed the perception. So come up with it. So everything we're saying is not about money. Yes, I could afford Rolls Royce and all those things, but before Rolls Royce, I just told you how we just only moved from Ogba to Omole, right? Even before then, dressing, I've shared my own story of when I used to go and buy land, and they would take 50 million naira check on me. And I used to think maybe they didn't like the money. Later, I realized that they didn't believe there was money in that check because of the way I looked. Because they looked at me, and you can imagine how I looked 9 years ago. Even my look, even how slim I was, then I will now dress down. So years later, when I now learned, I have my Mopo and my Prado and hair orderly, and then I dress in Agbada when Chama today. Now, even without money, they will say, God, we know you, you have integrity. Go and start selling, pay us later. What's the difference? Okay. Huh? Packaging. Your packaging. Remember today's topic, don't ever forget it, becoming a confident sales person. And I've shared how many things with you? Knowledge of the industry. Study more product knowledge and your packaging. Look what you are selling. If you're going to sell something that is worth $1 million, look $1 million. Right? I'll soon show you the house I'm getting in the US, and it's intentional. Because of the kind of project we're doing in the US, am I making sense at all? Yes, I had to tell my agent I need a 4-acre house. 4 acre. 4 acre. So when you come, am I making sense at all? So when you come to the house, no point you well. How they say, are we sure? Evidence you will build. Are you real? They are indicting you, and it's an insult. All those things, right? Because if you trust me alone, and you trust I have integrity, you pay me. So each time you are saying, let me come and see the land first, you are telling me you don't trust me. You are saying I don't have integrity. You are saying I'm selling a land that doesn't exist. That's a yab on my person, because they are wondering. Because if you come to my house now in the US and you even see all the luxurious car and you see the mansion, in your mind, worst case, when by the time we sell this house, and we sell the Rolls Royce and the Bentley and the G-Wagon, I'll get my money back. That's the psychology, even though they can't get their money back. But that's the psychology. The psychology is to look at you and say, are you really what you are selling? In reality, remember, you are not the owner of the product. You are just an agent. But they still check who you are. They still check who you are. They still check how you look. They still check your packaging. So don't use those words. Hey, I don't have money to take you to Ibejileki. And will you pay me transportation money? All these are nonsense that rubbishes your brand and your credibility. There are people that have spent, I'm not kidding you, and this is not like exaggeration, I spent $5,000 before I received 1 kobo from them. But the day the memo happened, it was worth it. Does that make sense at all? So in our business, sometimes you invest in relationship, you invest in people, but the day those people will drop, it will be heavy. But you remember, your packaging is very, very critical. Now, to wrap up, packaging is not just in the looks, it's also in the words. Don't talk poor. Stop talking poor. Tap your neighbor. Say, neighbor. Stop talking poor. Tap. Stop talking poor. Some of you, is it the way you talk? Many of you have not mastered how to see big things and comport yourself. Do you know what I'm talking about? You go to a man's house and you see a expensive car. So you are touching the thing. Sir, how about this one? Come on, comport yourself. Even if you pretend like your father had something like that before too, carry yourself well. Because some of us will have spoiled ourselves. in any way, in a very funny way, because you've never seen things like that. So the packaging is even in your words, in your demeanor, in the language you use. Do you know some of you cannot call a billion naira now? To call a billion naira, that you become a billionaire, you're already having problem with that. It looks like it's too big. True or false, I'll be honest now. Inside they even say you'll be a billionaire. Say, let's be honest. It was the last 2K I had that brought me to Ebony. Me, billion. But do you know, the same me you are saying, 11 years ago, I was in Songwater. I lost even my Ikeja office because I couldn't renew rent. I owed my landlady money. So every morning she wakes up and sing. Same me you are saying today. 11 years later, it's not too big for God. It only takes time. Are we together? Nothing is too big. Nothing. Just will take time. But that it will not happen, except you don't believe. Am I making sense at all? So comport yourself for where you are going. Now, start talking like where you are going. So I'll give you 2 minutes. Pick your favorite neighbor. You don't need to pick the one beside you if you don't like the neighbor, right? Just talk who you will be to them. 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I'm not kidding you, and I mean this. It's prophetic. I hope you know. Because I don't shake and shake does not mean what I'm saying doesn't come to pass. So it's one of my gifts. So, and I tell people, and I mean it, be careful about people who have results and they don't call themselves pastor. Everything you see in the natural starts spiritual. I hope you know. Yes, so there are a lot of people who don't even carry title who are more dangerous spiritually than you think. So if I tell you something, take it serious. I did this years ago and it got me here. Sometimes with the mirror, and I'm telling the mirror, I'm a billionaire. I'm going to make it. I will own companies in this nation. I will own this. And I was prophesying. Has it not happened now? Yes, so pick your favorite neighbor. Yeah, have you picked the neighbor? Like I say, it doesn't need to be the person beside you. You can go to somebody else. Right? If you don't like the neighbor beside you, go to another one. So tell the neighbor, say, I am going to be. Say it as if you are there. Don't say I will. I am. Oh yeah. I am the highest selling realtor. I'm selling in 1 year. I sold 20 billion. Right? I've made this. Both of you on Zoom. Pick your favorite neighbor on Zoom. Or speak to yourself. How many of you believe what you said? I believe. Huh? Are you sure you believe? Are you sure? Let me tell you the proof of faith. Hard work. I have never met a man that believed they have a glorious future that's not hardworking. Absolutely. Many of you ask me, and I see it on social media, at your level, why are you still this hardworking? Almost is what I've seen of who I will become. A time will come when you say money, the first thing that comes to your mind, the first human being that comes to your mind is Stephen AKINTAYO. When you just mention the word money. Right? The same way they are saying it here, low be Dangote, you'll be Jen, low be Stephen AKINTAYO. Yes, so watch out. Right? And because I have seen that glorious future, what is the proof that I saw it? Hard work. Am I making sense at all? Because I know God's part. God does not have problem taking me there. Come on, who's with me? Or you people are still touching your phones. Phone addicts, you are still touching your phone. Drop it. proof of the fact that you have seen your glorious future is that you work harder. All this sleeping 10 hours a day, you better wake up. If you sleep 8 hours a day, by the time you are 75, you slept for 25 years. 1/3 of your life. Are you realizing debt? Are you realizing debt? So if you believe that there is a glorious future for you, work hard towards it. You will call 100 people a day. Am I making sense at all? You will go for inspection. Try to get 3 inspections every week. That I will take 3 people to site every week. That's the attitude. Every day, I'm contacting 100 people, entering people's DM, joining people on LinkedIn, enter their DM, chat people on WhatsApp. This morning alone, today, I've done broadcasts to more than 100 groups that I own on my phone. If you enter my WhatsApp, you're in trouble. You get broadcasts every day at my level. So how about you? And on my broadcast, it doesn't matter how president or senator, all of you are getting broadcast to. Like governor, and you know the quality of people I have on my phone. All of you are getting. And I noticed that the ones who are appreciative of my broadcast, guess what? Are the rich ones. The ones angry about my broadcast are the poor ones who are complaining about data. Why you are eating my data? The rich one, I say, Stephen, Kushe, well done. We're proud of you. We see what you are doing. Very soon I will patronize you. The rich ones. The poor ones are the ones angry. So who should I bother about? The poor ones. So what do? I broadcast more. So who work hard? Who work hard?